Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hope you're doing all right. Hope everyone's had a good weekend. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Just had a couple of things to deal with in the house before I came out, which took a little bit longer than I thought they would, as they always do. We had a wonderful evening earlier. My young son Jack, got a telescope for Christmas, and we got a full moon outside. So we were just out there, and I managed to get the thing on the telescope so he could see the moon and where Neil Armstrong landed and all the craters and everything else. It was really quite cool, actually. So, but the problem is the damn lens come off, fell in the mud, and it got trod on. So now it's covered and it's mere tranquilly muddy. So I have to work out a way of clearing up a lens as we go. Anyway, let's have a quick look and see who's in the house, shall we? Anna, Matt, Lorna, Bloodnose, Seth78, Drift Wannabe, Joe, Handy Andy. My uncle's in the house. Hello, Uncle Gary. Ryan, hello. Good to see you. Your mic sounded very good earlier. Excellent stuff from you. I think those Rode microphones are like the dog's dangly bits, aren't they? They're pretty cool. Mr. Brom, evening to you. What else we got here? Julie Baldwin, good to see you. All the regulars, really. That's wonderful. Said Anna Perkins, didn't I? Yes, that's brilliant. Alan, anything from Rush? Yes, I was going to give a shout out to a couple of my friends. Russ said he was a little bit under the weather, so he was disappearing off YouTube for a couple of 3 days. So this is a shout out to Russ. Absolutely average, and hope you're okay, my friend. And whatever it is, get well soon and get your backside back here. That's all I can say about that. And thumbs up and bigs up to you. And Ryan, I thought you were not going to be around for a couple of days as well. So good to see you in the chat, and I hope you're okay. Thank you for joining in. And as I said, the microphone was all good. Lorna Mackenzie, hello to you and everybody else. I had a wonderful email, which I wanted to share with you from just before Christmas. As you recall, I did a giveaway. Lee Foster, things are great, thank you. Things are brilliant. I did a giveaway of a £50 shopping voucher at Christmas time, which somebody won. And Lorraine was good enough to top that up by $100. So with the equivalent, it ended up with just over £100 shopping voucher to go to somebody. And I ended up with an email, which I'll read to you now. I'll just pull it up on my phone. I've got to find it. Here we go. God, my eyes need testing. Hi, Andy. Just to let you know, we gave her the voucher in a Christmas card with a note how it came about, that Lorraine and your good self had donated the money. She sent my partner a text soon after and said it made her cry in a good way, and it will really help her out over Christmas. Big thanks again, Andy, for doing such a nice thing, Paul. So, you know, that was really great hearing that. I'm really glad we got to help somebody. In fact, we helped a couple of people over Christmas, and that really makes you feel good that you can help somebody out. So all good. I'm going to mention him, and please don't switch off when I do, but I want to draw your attention to a news article. Share screen. Now, I'm not interested in these two one little iota, but what I am interested in is the effect that what these two say has on other people, namely the ginger one with the glasses. Now, I'm not ex-military, and I've never served in the military, but I have some kind of admiration and understanding for what goes on, because at the end of the day, I've had military in my life, pretty much all of my life. And what he said about his supposed kill count in combat, it's absolutely disgusting in my view. Who would keep a record? It's like keeping a tally at darts, isn't it? Oh, there's one, strike. Who would do it? Let alone who would say it? It just does not make any sense to me. I know veterans. I have veterans in my family. I know a couple of veterans outside of this, and they just would not say it. And let alone that, they just won't talk about it. And by turning around and saying that he's, well, effectively exterminated 25 members of an organization, doesn't matter whether it's them or anything else, I think it's entirely bloody reckless. And also, don't you think maybe it puts into doubt the reputation and the prestige of our military service by one of its members saying that? I just, the mind boggles. As I said, I don't want to mention these two because they bring enough publicity for themselves, but it's the effect they have. It's crazy, totally and utterly bonkers. I mean, let me know what you think in the comments. You done a video when the £900 is coming yet, Joey? He says. I did a video earlier, which will come out tomorrow. There's not a lot of information about it yet, apart from when the payments are broken down into various bits. Andy, who would allow Harry to pilot a helicopter with B in art and a D in geography at A level from the finest education in the world? Somebody did. He's broken the military code of honor. There isn't honor code. There is. I mean, in America, for example, veterans are treated with absolute reverence. And I've heard the way some of them talk, it's honor, code. Even over here, it's a given. It's understood. I mean, as an old American Army general, Hal Moore, bless him, he's passed away a few years ago. But one of the things that he always said, they don't fight for some flag. They don't fight for some president, apple pie, mama, or what they see on TV. They fight for each other. And that's where that, code of honor comes from. And, to come out with something like this, it blows it, really. Absolutely blows it. Jody, he's a prat. There's no other way to describe it. Yeah. He was in a gunship 5 miles away, pressing a button. Hardly John Rambo. Martin, you make a very valid point there. I mean, a lot of these weapons are fire and forget, aren't they? You literally fire them, done. And, the range is literally several miles. In fact, sometimes several hundred miles, depending on the ordnance. Yes, apparently he's addressed that in his book, so I'm told. Whether there's any more about that, I don't know. Yeah, Nelly, you couldn't put it any more plainer than that. You look at the news at the moment, it's wall to wall with this guy. I've seen you comment, Nelly, on various Facebook posts, and yes, maybe I do need to get a bit braver, but it's just wall to wall with it. And you have to think, what else are they hiding? What are they sweeping under the carpet by filtering all this crap? As I said, it's just the effect. It's terrible. Drift Wannabe, can we move on now, please? Yeah, watch this. Gone, and you're back with me. That's enough of that. I just wanted to mention it because it pissed me off. And, I sent a message to another veteran earlier as well. Let's have a look at the chat again. We've got 100 people in the chat. Good to see everybody and welcome. It's Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. Absolutely free. And we're doing great again, actually. It's growing. I think we're 33,600, something like that. So we're going in the right direction. It's excellent. Let's have a look, see what some of you are saying. What's this? He'd never seen real combat. Changing the subject. Am I correct in saying Carl Block has been killed? I need to look into that, David. It rings a vague bell, but I don't want to comment without reading into it a little bit more. You are always, where's this? You are always welcome, PJ Mosley. Absolutely, definitely. Yeah, everyone hit the like button. Do what Julie Baldwin says. Let's get those likes up, people. It really does help the algorithm grow things. He died in a snowmobile accident. Okay. I mean, the other one was Jeremy Renner, wasn't it? He got ran over by his own snowplow. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but I saw a picture of him the other day, and he really did look bashed up. But hopefully he will recover. Angela Graham, hello to you. Good to see you. Where else are we? Matt, I fought an advanced pass in aero engineering, and I'm quite dumb in my opinion. Part of the course was flight engineering. I could fly a chopper in a computer game. No, I'm now a gardener. Happens with a lot of university students, doesn't it? I don't mean to laugh, Matt, but it's ironic. You know, you go and get these grades and these qualifications, and it's nuts. The way things work out. I mean, I can fly a plane in a computer game. I can even make a fair effort at landing the damn thing, and I drive a taxi. I wanted to join the Air Force when I was a kid. What the hell happened there? Nuts. Where else are we? Alan Reader, hello to you. Good to see you. Yes, apparently Ken Block died in a snowmobile accident. There you go. People actually letting us know. Steve Smith, hello. Good to see you. Yeah, speaking of education, let's move on to the police, shall we? There was a statistic that I saw where apparently 90% of all crimes are going unsolved, yet a very high percentage of online crimes and, hate crimes and hate speech are being investigated. Seems like all the priorities are backwards. And all of these police officers now seem to need degrees and high-level qualifications and everything else. Funny that. There was an FOI done that came out in the news that I've seen about how much wastage is actually being spent on, garbage by police departments throughout our region. I mean, if we have a look at this one, share screen. I mean, I could not believe some of this, to be honest with you. You see that sergeant with the kind of rainbowy effect stuff on his epaulette, and I think that constable's got the same. It's all kind of LGBTQ2 stuff that they've purchased for themselves. It's various police forces throughout the land have thrown a lot of money at this. Yeah, exactly, Joey. Rainbow crap again. I mean, if we have a look, police forces spend £66,000 on LGBT pride merchandise, wasting money on woke nonsense. well, let's just call it nonsense. You know, £66,000 could, you know, surely that could employ another couple of police constables. I just don't. I think the world's in tatters. You know, there's one there waving a flag and he's got the banner around his cap. There's no one in the background there. The biggest spend was South Wales Police, and they racked up a bill of 24 grand on rainbow flags, face paints, T-shirts, badges, pens, whistles, wristbands, sparks, trolley, water bottles and key rings. Second place was Kent Police. That's down my neck of the woods. They bought rainbow whistles, key rings, wristbands, grip pens, erasers, paper stickers, curvy pens, pencils, coasters. Oh my God. And some other bits, £8,000. Lancashire Police, 1,500 quid. Rainbow lip balm. I didn't even know there was such a thing. Flags, key rings, lanyards, stickers. Wiltshire Police forked out 500 quid on lanyards and rainbow fuzzy bugs. What the fuck's a rainbow fuzzy bug? Oh, I shouldn't have sworn, should I? LGBT branded handheld fans were purchased by Avon and Somerset Police for a total bill of just under £5,000. All of that came out in an FOI, Freedom of Information Act request. And, you know, £66,000 on that. You know, what could be spent instead? £66,000. Could that have employed another officer? Could that have gone into technology to help solve and fight crimes? Could that have gone into, you know, other stuff? Their job is to enforce and uphold the law and catch criminals. What happened? Yeah, handy. Very offensive when we were told we were stuffed for money for public services. Yeah, exactly. David L. Andy, pound in the swear box, mate. Yeah. I left my wallet indoors. I'll put a couple of quid in there for good measure. Get me on the subs box. Your dad would be furious at this behaviour, Andy. Absolutely. I was talking to someone about him earlier. He's like old school plod. You know, he did 22 years in the end. And a lot of this stuff that is happening now, his generation of police officer was saying then that this kind of stuff would happen now, and they weren't listened to. And lo and behold, here we are. And everything takes far too long as well. It's a crazy world, absolutely crazy world. Yeah, they should be impartial. They are there to uphold the law and keep us safe. And it doesn't feel like that, does it? Who said that? He'd be paying this back in rainbow tax on your council tax. Could be. Do we pay for police as part of our council tax? We do, don't we? I'm sure we do. I'll have to double check that when I go in. Bloodnose, 129 watching, 64 likes. Please press the like, thumbs up to help the algorithm promote the channel. Yes, please do, folks. I welcome everybody to the chat this evening, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for your support. It is really, really appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for everything you do as well. Yes, police is on the bill. I thought it was. It's like police, rubbish collection, fire, council, all the rest of it, isn't it? That'll go up. You mark my words. Only time you see a copper is when they get nicked, which seems to be a rarity, David. Yeah. I saw a video from America earlier where I think it was a car crash and it had fire brigade in attendance. And there was a copper turned up and nicked one of the firemen. I don't know what that was about, but there you go. What's this about the Dutch government? Tony Whitworth, welcome to you. Threatening to buy up and shut down 3,000 farms that fail to meet EU emission targets. Communities are showing solidarity to farmers by starting to buy direct from local farms. totally right. I mean, there was that matter. There was that egg farmer, wasn't there? Was he Welsh? I know I did a video on it, but I can't remember where he was. I think it was in Wales, where they were saying they'd love to produce the eggs, but they literally can't afford to because they're not being paid a fair price by the supermarkets. They're getting price right out of it. It's disgraceful. Disgraceful. Mark McCabe, get a camera and 5 turn up. Absolutely. Absolutely. The other one I saw, Julie Baldwin sent this over to me, was the immigrants that are coming over the channel every day. Speaking of which, I dropped some people in Dover yesterday, and the bloody channel was absolutely steaming. There was waves crashing around. It was awful. It looked so hazardous to even try and attempt to cross. And they were asking me about it, and I was pointing out where they're processed and where they go in Manston and all the rest of it. And they seemed quite interested. And New Zealand they were from, and they were telling me what happens down there. And it's a situation that's ongoing. I just answered this question from David L. Yeah, Andy, mate, how do I become a member to your channel? I'm not good with this stuff. What I'll do, I just dropped something. What I'll do, I'll put a link to it if I can in the chat so you can pick it up. It's literally a button you click on and you see my boat race, and you got membership things underneath. But I'll just do that. Oh, give me a second. There we go. Hopefully. Right. If you go on this link, that'll take you to my channel page. And then on there's a join button. And then you click on that and it pulls up all the membership levels. It's £1 a month, basically. And then you get to join in with the members only live streams once a week, and keeps me in coke. And I obviously very much appreciate your support. And that's the same for all the channel members as well. Thank you so much for contributing every month. I really do appreciate it. Right, back to this. Yes, I was sent a video by Julie Baldwin, and there's another YouTuber which I'll give a shout out to. He is called Funky Prepper. I don't know if anybody watches, but there was a thing where he was saying about UK veterans are actually keeping an eye on things. Apparently, they've set up OPs near these places where immigrants are getting processed. And they're saying that the UN is actually involved, or they've seen containers with UN stamped on them getting lifted into position. I'll play this video and, see what you make of this. He said share it, so I will.
Right, this is quite a difficult video to do, but I feel it needs to be said, okay? I've been shown some information and video and photos of this actually happening, okay? This is from someone I know personally who wishes to remain anonymous, and what we're talking about is the UN, okay? Now, there's been lots of speculation and lots of talk, but not much evidence about the UN in the UK, all right? So when I saw this with my own eyes, and the person that I trust with all my heart showing me this, now basically what has been happening, there has been veterans who have been setting up OPs, which is observational posts, around the UK monitoring hotels and certain military establishments. Okay, so retired old bases, old MOD sites, etc. Now, there has been a lot of activity going on in some of these areas. And when I looked at the videos, I couldn't believe it, because it's been speculation up until now, personally, that the UN are here and are working closely with, should we say, the influx of people into the UK. Now, I have seen personally on video, okay, when the OPs have been set up, they've zoomed in and they've recorded information. And when you see, there's a myriad of containers, okay, containers, boxes, parcels, packages, boxes, whatever you want to call them, with the words UN stenciled on the side of them, being loaded into these sites. Okay, don't forget, all of these places are being monitored by veterans within the UK, and obviously all of this is anonymous to protect their safety. Okay, all I'm doing is passing on information which I've become privy to, which this person shared with me, felt everyone needed to know. And like I said, it wasn't until I see it with my own eyes, and it was like, wow. So yes, the rumors, some people say conspiracy theories are true. The United Nations are here in the UK assisting, aiding, whatever you want to call it, with people from foreign shores in the UK right now. So if anyone has seen anything similar, or especially any photographic evidence, you can email me on the link below, and maybe we can look into this further. This, I feel, is just the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, I can confirm that this is genuine and this is real and 100% truthful. This is going on in the UK right now. So there it is. It's out there, public for everyone to mull over and to email in me. So the more pieces of this jigsaw puzzle which I receive, I can build a picture to share with you guys. And of course, anonymity is a guarantee. Okay, so you've got no worries about being found out or whatever it is. Okay, because as you can appreciate, this is very sensitive information. This is urgent and it needs to be shared with as many people as possible. And people of the UK do need to know the truth. And this is unfortunately actually happening for real here in the UK. Yeah, I know. Thanks for watching and stay funky.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Guys like that, we need to subscribe to and keep an eye on, because guys like that know guys who know what's going on, or they're keeping an eye on what's going on. Red Scouts, are we not members of the United Nations, or is that a secret? Well, it's no big secret, is it? Of course we are. But it's, you know, how they're being used and deployed and everything else that's going on, I think is more to the point, really. It just seems a hell of a lot bigger than maybe we're actually being led to believe. I mean, again, I will say, I've been attacked on here over what I've said about this, but at the end of the day, when you get thousands of individuals jumping in rubber boats and coming over 20 miles of probably some of the most hazardous water you could ever find, reaching here, and then what? It's unsustainable in the long term. What do we have to do beyond, you know, working out how we get on with it? It's nuts. Al, I've seen a couple of questions from you about, where are we? About your electricity supply. Apparently, you've put a heater in. Oh, there we go. I found it. You put a heater in, it went off, and the plug has burnt and it's stuck in the socket. Now I've got a single socket in the bedroom now. I shouldn't force the stuck plug out. So, no, you shouldn't. If it was me, and I'm no electrician, but I would turn the power off and I would get a replacement socket. I don't know whether it's a double or a single. I would take your socket off and replace it with another one. That's what I would do if it was me. I would find that task very straightforward. If you can't, maybe there's somebody that can help you do it. But if things are burning out, is that the appliance or is that the actual plug? Some kind of overvoltage, that would concern me very much. Hello, Adam. Good to see you. David L, I'm unlucky. Alf, when it comes to electricity, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a couple of people that are saying the prepper guy, a bit of a scaremonger, in my opinion. We're part of the UN, so it's not out there. Yes, I mean, there was another one that said, you know, they're refugees. It's all conspiracy theories, blah, 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 blah. You know, I get it. But are they refugees or what is their classification here? You know, does a refugee seek safe haven in the first country they come to, or are they victims of a greater conspiracy? What is it? It's just a big mess, a very big mess. And I don't know whether it'll ever end or whether there'll be a solution to it. I really don't know. But you know, we keep an eye on it. I played that because it was sent to me and it was of interest. 10 more likes needed to reach 100. We can do it. Yes, please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And let's get up to 100 likes. That'd be great. Thank you, Julie, for pointing that out. Where are we? Dick Turnit, chop the plug off, fit a new socket with power. Takes 2 minutes. Absolutely. Yeah, just whatever you do, make sure you switch the bloody power off before you do it. Yeah, Blood Nose, good point. You have to use your own common sense in what you hear. That's very true. Very true. I mean, I know enough to, or hear enough to work out that there seems to be more than this that meets the eye. That's what I do believe. And I genuinely believe that. But it's just, what can you do? Have an opinion, sit back and watch, I suppose. Where is this? Red Scouse. Andy, the person with the electrical problem, can contact his local fire brigade, who will visit and give advice. Well, they will on Merseyside. Yeah, there you go, Al. Red Scouse has come out of a good one. Contact the fire brigade. Don't obviously do 999 because it's not an emergency, but get in touch with your local fire station or emergency service and see if anyone can come out and help you. That's a very good point. Thank you for that, Red Scouse. Appreciate it. Common sense has been rationed. Absolutely, Nick B. Absolutely. Andy, did you see that Bill Gates has been buying land so it can't be farmed on in America? Leah, I saw a thing on Twitter the other day where that was mentioned. Very much. Very much. And it's come out of woodwork a few times. Yeah, that's another good one, Declan. Speak for yourself, think for yourself. Think for yourself, speak for yourself, whichever way around. Oh, I found another one as well. I'll see if I can find a news article. But you know where we had Omicron and we were all having a laugh at Omicron because if you rearranged the letters, you would have moronic. And we all thought, yes, how moronic. Well, there's a new one doing the rounds. Kraken. Kraken. And I thought, that's a bit of an off-the-wall definition. And I thought, okay, I'll have a look at this. And yes, definition of Kraken, an enormous mythical sea monster said to appear off the coast of Norway. But I thought the word mythical was quite an ironic one, really. Yeah, Kraken, best spiced rum. Absolutely. My missus said it was a drink when I was talking to her about it earlier. Where are we? Martin Ryder, 1,100 migrants to be sent to Cottingham village of 400. Yeah, I think Julie sent me one about that as well. I'll see if I can dig that out. Give me a second. There's a lot of people saying thank you to Red Scouse for his point about the fire brigade, which is really good. That just shows, how this community is. We try and help each other out. It's excellent. I'm just trying to find this. Bear with me. Well done, Cottingham resident. Oh no, I'm not going to play all of this, but there was it's far too long. It's about 40 minutes. But it looks like there was some kind of town meeting. Hello, Jean Whitehead. Where is she? Hello, Mum. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, there's a thing there that's 40 minutes. Furious residents of Cottingham speak out over housing over 1,000 illegal immigrants in the village. It's about 40 minutes long. So what I'll do, I'll stick one there. There was another site, I think in Yorkshire somewhere, that was a site of a former RAF base or something like that, where they were going to stick them. And I think the actual migrant population in the village, there was quite some disparity between the two, but that might be worth a watch. And again, we'll have to see what the numbers are. I mean, what was the final figure last year? Was it 46,000, something like that? We'll have to see if we break 50 this year. It wouldn't at all surprise me, but we'll see. Julie, there was a protest march yesterday in Cottingham. Andy the Gabby Cabby, loads went to it. Okay. Let's just have another look through the chat. Welcome to everyone that's just joined us, by the way. This is the Sunday Natter with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. It's free to do that. And I appreciate all your support. The channel is growing again. We're getting up in the numbers. We're 33,600, something like that. So we're going great guns, absolute great guns. There we go. With compulsory education and or training until 18, how come today's youngsters are so dumb and you'll need all this extra education when my parents left school at 14 and my generation at 16? Well, I'm assuming you're talking about this Rishi Sunak bullshit about staying on till 18 to do maths. Haven't the kids got to stay on until they're 18 anyway? I mean, I don't get it. I had to stay on till I was 18 because I buggered up my GCSEs and I wanted more, so I got them fixed and did A levels. But 18 isn't a new thing. It's been like it for ages. Scooby Doos, hi Andy. Hope you are all good. Yes, I'm absolutely fine. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. John Harrington, common sense finished in the 90s. You may well be right there, my friend. You may well be right. I noticed when I went to university, for example, nobody had any common sense, or it certainly robbed them of it. I don't know why that was. I really don't. Blood Nose, Andy the Gabby Cabby. I rent and can't do sockets. I'm worried to contact the fire brigade because obviously they're trying to unlawfully force me out to put in others. I emailed you. Get them. Not recently, I haven't. No. If you've done something, resend it and I'll have another look out. But how they can force you out is awful, particularly in this day and age. I never learned spelling at school. Yes, thank you, Bobby. Appreciate it. Nick B, I totally agree with you. The best school is the University of Life. And that's what most people should have a degree in. Absolutely. It's been risen as a compulsory thing, but you can still join the army, get married or not, have sex and kids. Quite frankly, some of those things should be 18. Driving a car is another one, which I was talking about to my wife the other day. You know, should kids be allowed to drive a car so young? You know, there's various things. Here's another one. Ballymoon, Dublin, anti-migrant protest not shown on mainstream media. Look on YouTube. Let's try and dig that out. Ballymoon, Dublin. Give me a second and I'll see if I can find that. Yeah, there's a few odds and ends there. Let's do Ballymoon, Dublin, because I don't quite think it gets it. Yeah, there's another link in there to search results from YouTube, and we'll see how we get on with that. Thank you, John. Yeah, Martin Ryder, Cottingham protest media blackout. We only see what they want us to see. At the end of the day, definitely. Andy, my brother-in-law served 3 terms in Afghanistan. I was young. I asked the question. He hit me hard. They just don't. They don't talk about it. It's that simple. They only talk about what they want to talk about, and that's just not mentioned. The thing is, Andy, don't the governments realise they're going to force people to vote for extremist far-right parties if they keep importing? This is how Nazi Germany started. It won't end well. I think there's people, starting to think like that, definitely. Great Reset. They're warning you of a cyber pandemic where recovery will require digital ID to connect to the new internet. How very convenient. And then everybody will know everybody's name everywhere. Yeah, Richie's Real News UK. I bet that wasn't on the mainstream media either. Definitely not. People are going to get so peed off with MSN and government, they will look to, they're supposed to be their saviours. Yeah. Interesting times ahead, I think. Interesting times. The boat problem could be sorted tomorrow if Sunak took the French offer to build a centre in France. The government love the boat. This is the thing, isn't it? You've got to give them an incentive not to want to make that crossing. You know, if there's a centre in France where they can reach safety, they can be dealt with properly, why do they need to come? It's, you know, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Kids are not learning enough practical skills. Yeah, I agree with that. I tell my kids, learn English, learn maths as far as wanting to add, subtract, learn how to give change, or you know, all the practical stuff. Learn maybe a language and a science. Learn them well, and then the world's your oyster. And the rest you pick up in the University of Life and Common Sense. That's definite. Gary Thornbury, hello to you. I am well. Hope you are. I'm still waiting for that contact from you. I don't know whether you've tried my email addresses I gave you or had a chance to. I'm very, very eager to have a conversation about what we were talking about. I even had a look myself to try and get my head around it, but done me in. Somebody mentions Telegram. Give me a 1 in the chat if you ever go on Telegram. I've never touched the thing. I wouldn't know where to start, whether it's effective or any good. I know there's Discord and various other things as well, isn't there? Mad Spaniel, hello to you. Good to see you. Yeah, Anna. Why here? I guess we'll never know. Maybe we might one day. Patrolling the beaches would solve it. I mean, I said that a while ago, and I know it was suggested in the news as well, but I think the French were worried about their sovereignty being impeached. I know, or at least I think I know, that observers from our side are now allowed on the beaches, but they're purely observing. They're not allowed to act on anything. Some of it surf, some of it definitely. All right, Gary, we'll have to think of another way to try and do this. I'll look into it. Telegram is like Facebook, but with thought police. Okay. Who are you? David L., you're asking the wrong person. They want to give us and 10-year-olds on careers what they want to do when they leave school. I'll tell you what, the careers officer when I was at school was crap. Absolutely crap. We had, I wanted to join the Air Force when I was at school. And they tried to talk me out of it. They seem to go in the opposite direction. Never seen Telegram, and I bet it's more than Facebook. Yes, thank you for that, Alan. And he'll know the answer straight off. Border Force now patrolling French beaches. There you go. It's happened sooner or later. Well, what I'm going to do for the last 10 minutes, I'm going to stick a link in the chat if anyone wants to dial in and have a one-on-one, because it seemed to work quite well New Year's Eve. You're more than welcome to. You just need a webcam and a microphone. I'm not going to have loads and loads of people on here like I did New Year's Eve because it got completely chaotic. But, you know, we can have a minute or two each. You know, if anyone wants to come and say hello, you're more than welcome. There's the link. Plugging along, Mad Spaniel. It's good to see you always. Andy the Gabby Cabby, be careful. Yeah, thank you, Cosmic. I appreciate that. I'm well aware of it. That's why I keep him out of the way these days. Seems to be the best thing to do. Ask homeless folks and veterans who are homeless if they'd like to stay in barracks. Yeah, I know what the answer will be. I mean, it's my understanding with veterans, you know, with a lot of them, when they leave the army, they've suddenly lost that routine and regimentation that comes with it. And in some of them, it just blows their mind. And they can't handle it, hence they end up the way they are. And then you get the lucky ones that find a career and everything else afterwards. You know, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but they do fall off the end, don't they? What we've got here. Hi, Andy. I hope to be doing a live show next month on TV licensing and how to save £6 a week. Want to know how to use StreamYard. All welcome. We'll let know when. Yeah, keep us posted on that. That'll be cool. And, you know, we'll come and have a look. Or alternately, you can hop on here at some point and we can organise something. And you can talk to people on here as well. That'll all be good. Yeah, don't forget, I put the link in the description, folks. If anyone wants to come and say hi, you're more than welcome. You just need a webcam and a microphone. And I'm all ears. And we have got about 8 minutes left. 8 minutes. What's this? Tories have tried making a deal with Reform UK. Richard Tice has said no deal. We'll be standing candidates in all 600 constituencies. What do people think of this? Because I read a news article that UKIP were trying to reach out to do a deal with Reform, and Reform did this. I don't know what people think of this whole thing. Yeah, let me know. Folks, if you haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the like button in the chat. That helps the algorithm and helps everything find this channel, which is now growing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel also, please do. That helps us as well, and that is growing also. We are going in the right direction, folks, so I'm really, really pleased. And I appreciate all your support there. We've got more content coming out in the morning from 8 o'clock. That seems to work well, going from 8 o'clock through to about 11, and then it gives a day's coverage. Yeah, everyone's got camera shy by the look of it. Oh dear. Yeah, I think New Year's Eve was different. I think there was a bit of this flowing, so people were a little bit more brave. UKIP is a different animal since Nigel Farage left. Yeah, absolutely. I never forget when Nigel Farage was going for the South Thanet seat. He was doing a tour of all the pubs all around the area, and I went to a pub locally to me that's no longer there. Funnily enough, it got knocked down, and he did a show, and he had all the people there that were actually going to stand for local council, and they made all these promises and all these pledges about things. none of it came true. They didn't do a single thing they promised they would, and it all ended in disaster. And on that day, my faith in any political reform has gone out the window. I may be wrong. But we'll have to see. Andy the Gabby Cabby, have you tried raspberry, grape, melon, and strawberry Smirnoff? I haven't, but my friend, my boy has, and he says it's quite delicious. Actually, I've got a few ciders on the go, which I'll have when I'm done here. Where are we? Bloodnose, Bridget with opinions. I think you should connect with a reporter at UK column. Be very interested in your story. What story is that, Bridget? What have I missed from you? Oh, okay. It's a conversation between the two of you, is it? I shan't pry. But I hope whatever it is, you get sorted. Dear John Blog, good night. Definitely good night. Thank you for coming along. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of comments like this. Needs to be a proper resettlement for ex-service personnel for as long as they need it. We owe them for their service. Other countries, and I refer to somewhere like America again, veterans are treated with absolute reverence for what they do, and it just doesn't seem to be like that here. I mean, I saw something that Trevor Colt said the other day. He was talking about trying to work or petition the government so empty mobile homes are used to house homeless veterans. You know, at least somebody's suggesting or trying to do something. And do we need a proper veterans minister in there that's actually going to fight for the veterans properly? It's, you know, very sad, and not everybody picks themselves up. Yeah, Red Scouts, until there is voting reform such as proportional representation for any small party, it's a waste of a vote. The whole thing's rigged in the favour of the establishment, in my opinion, and I'm afraid I agree with Red Scouts. Unless a large portion of the country just turned around and said, again, we're not doing it, you know, is it going to be the same old merry-go-round? I mean, it's existed for hundreds of years. Here's another one. Shameful the way government treats veterans. I think dressing up a few in red tunics and putting them in a barrack in Chelsea and wheeling them out for Wimbledon tennis is good enough. Well, it ain't, is it? How many others are missing? I mean, bless the Chelsea pensioners. Absolutely bless them. But, you know, good point. Oh, okay. I saw Reverend Simon Sideways talking about Rumble. You know, I've got no immediate plans to look over there, but I will have a look. And, anyway, I'm not getting any takers for hopping on and having a natter this evening, so that invitation is now withdrawn because we don't really have the time for that now. So maybe next time. And again, if anybody wants, they've got a story to tell, or if they want to draw attention to something that's happening in their lives they might think affects others, or they just want to come on for a chat, or they want to do anything, then, you know, drop me a line and you can come on here. We can have a chat, set up the webcams, do whatever. The facility's there. So that's all cool. Surf did not get the energy cost payment of 66 quid. Did you follow that advice that I laid out? I tried to send you a few pointers with citizens' advice and anything. Did you get anywhere with that? Yeah, Surf's, John Aria, thanks for your comment. Surf's situation is a little bit more complicated than that. yeah, there's kind of a shared energy system type thing going on. I got nowhere. Right. I'm going to have a look at your emails again and see if we can go any further with things. I have got it saved, so I'll have another read to refresh my memory. I can't promise anything, but I will certainly have a look. All right, because that's awful. Sanity checkers, are you off? If you are, good night. David L., good night to you. See you next time, man. Sanity checkers. Yeah, I think where people are dropping off, we're about the hour now, so let's call it a night, shall we? Sorry, I was a couple of minutes late. As I said, I had to get a couple of things done in the house. I appreciate, again, everybody coming here tonight. The channel's growing. I love it. It's brilliant. And it's down to you. Thank you for your support and everything. Content tomorrow from 8 o'clock. We're trying to do that now, 4 videos a day, every day during the week, and not really at the weekends, apart from the live stream, really. And that's the way we do it. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe. That's how everything goes, and that's free to do. And again, I appreciate your support. And till next time, well, tomorrow actually, I bid you toodaloo.